Welcome to Islamic Finance TV. Today's discussion is important. Some people even say it's critical. It is financing the future of our megacities. We will be focusing on Sukuk, Sharia-compliant, asset-backed securities as a solution for Karachi's urgent infrastructure needs. We will also be drawing some comparison between the risk-sharing ethos of Islamic finance and the massive tax-funded progressive social agenda being persuaded by the New York City. Joining us is Mr. Ahmed Ali Siddiqui, who is the Senior Executive Vice President at Meezan Bank at Consumer Finance Department, and he is a leading authority on Sukuk structuring. Mr. Siddiqui, thank you very much for being here with us. Let's get into defining the instrument. Given your extensive experience, could you define first what a municipality Sukuk is, distinguishing it clearly from a conventional bond in terms of Sharia compliance and understanding the structure?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sukuk, let me talk about the Sukuk as a concept. Sukuk are Islamic or Sharia compliant alternative to conventional bonds, and generally Sukuk represent an ownership of an asset or an investment in a business. It's just closer to like a share of a company. So when you issue a Sukuk of a project or an underlying asset or a commercial activity, the investors are becoming partner or owner in that underlying asset or underlying business activity or a business transaction, and the income that is earned by the Sukuk holder or the return that is coming out of the Sukuk is not in the form of interest, because there is no loan is given to by the Sukuk holder to the issuer, but investment or ownership has been acquired. So the return normally come to a Sukuk holder in the form of rental income or in the form of share of profit from the business activity, or if there is a multiple trading activities coming and done under the Sukuk structure, then the investor is getting share of profit out of those trading activity. And when we come to a municipal Sukuk or a municipal bond, so a typical municipal bond is like an interest based loan taken by the city or the city council or whatever the structure is, and they use that money for different type of expenses, budget management, infrastructure project. And when we structure a Sukuk for a municipality like Karachi, let's say, we probably what we are doing is that, similar to the concept of Sukuk, the investor of municipal Sukuk will be investing to build an asset like a circular railway or a bridge or a IT park or a hospital, and they are either getting the ownership of the asset and they are giving that asset on rent to the city, or they are becoming partners in the operations of that asset. So if there is a circular railway and I am investing in the circular railway Sukuk, then I can get a profit from the operations of circular railway, or I can be a owner of the circular railway train and track, and I am giving that track or train on the rent, so I can have a rental income or a profit share. And Sukuk by definition are Sharia compliant instruments. So when a company or a city issue a Sukuk, they will ensure that they are according to the standards of Sharia, which are followed in the country, which are accepted by the scholars, and there is a strong committed Sharia scholar or Sharia board who is reviewing that Sukuk transaction and approving it. So the return to the investor is ethical, Sharia compliant, and the proceeds of the Sukuk are also used for the same purpose for which it is raised.
In the context of Karachi's urgent infrastructure needs, how has Meezan Bank or the industry in general assessed the current creditworthiness of an asset pool available for the future of municipality Sukuk here in Karachi?
You see, there is a lot of potential for issuing metropolitan sukuk for Karachi, for Lahore, for Islamabad and other cities of Pakistan, especially the big centers where commercial activities, there are a lot of revenues being generated by the local governments through taxes or through tolls or through their local sales tax structure. So if we can collateralize or we can ring fence those revenues or grant from the federal government in the provincial share or in the city share, that can be used to fund or raise sukuk based financing. And for the purpose of sukuk, we have lot of opportunities and avenues are available. In Karachi, for example, if I say the infrastructure development needs lot of investment, you need bridges, monorail network, maybe light rail network, circular rail, you probably need some other type of amenities. So lot of infrastructure development is required in the city. That will make the city more livable, more sustainable, more eco-friendly. You need waters, treatment plants. You need probably more better garbage disposal things. You need probably, you just take the example of Larry Expressway. You need probably a revamping of this whole to make it a pleasant scene. And maybe you can have urban forest there. You can have better waste management techniques that can be used. So lot of infrastructure development improvement projects which are linked to the sustainability, green development are there. So if there's a strong will, then you can have a business case for that, and it's possible.
So when you say there is a strong will, I am understanding that you are underlining political. Is that correct?
Yeah, obviously we can have Sharia compliant solution. We already have these solutions. We have probably method how to do Sharia compliant financing, because the sukuk market has developed, alhamdulillah, and in Pakistan we have good expertise to structure sukuk. Now if a political leadership or the city leadership comes up with a viable plan, then they can issue sukuk for metropolitan, for Karachi, for Lahore, for Pindi, for Islamabad, whatever they want. And the people, if they are giving option to the general people to invest in a Sharia compliant thing which is helping their city to become better, so I think it's like a good very pleasant news for every one of us that we are getting a Sharia compliant return and our city is getting better. So it's a two-way win for us.
Definitely. So coming back to my original question, in the current situation that Karachi is in, which assets do you see that are currently viable to take on these sukuk based investments, get enhanced, and in return make the life easier for the Karachi?
You see, Karachi has a very big road network, bridges, so you can improve, you can use these assets to generate fund to further enhance this infrastructure. You can start innovative projects like monorail or light rail, which or maybe some other development. You can have more underground facilities for traffic, and all of these can be done through sukuk. You can improve the hospitals, you can improve the playgrounds, you can improve the education institutions, you can improve the percentage of greenery, or plantation drives can be fund generated through sukuk. And sometimes you can directly build an asset using the sukuk, or sometimes you can indirectly fund a project using an asset proceeds. You can develop your the coastlines, the mangroves. So lot of things can be done if you use the sukuk structure smartly, but you need to identify good projects which are viable. And I think lot of good projects are there which the city need actually, and I badly need to improve. So water, sanitation, health, environment, greenery, infrastructure, and so on. So, and even playgrounds. So you can see the opportunities, and government has lot of lands in terms of schools, hospitals, playground that can be used for sukuk issuance.
Great, it's really food for thought here, especially for the people in the decision-making halls to think about and act upon. So, excuse me. You used concurrently word smartly using sukuk. That popped a term that I recently heard, smart sukuk. Could you tell us?
You see, in the sukuk, using the technology, we can even issue digital sukuk. Tokenization of sukuk is possible. Like a cryptocurrency or like a blockchain structure, we can smartly use technology to issue these small denominated sukuk, maybe of 500 rupees or 100 rupees or 5,000 rupees, where a person can invest and get a return, let's say 5% return, 10% in a Sharia compliant manner, but he will be more happy to contribute for the development of the city where he lives. So instead of going to the traditional approach that okay, you open a stock market account and that's a long way, you maybe like we can have an app which is linked to technology, and you can just, like you top up your mobile balance, you can top up your sukuk balance, and you can invest like okay, I have 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees, I want 10 sukuk, and I will get let's say 10% return on my sukuk.
Yeah, so just like you invest in shares or any other investment tool that is available via I don't know, these mobile banking apps or
yeah, even investment in shares and sukuk in the stock market is still, it has some steps, but if we think out of box, we in Pakistan, lot of Pakistanis they have this cryptocurrency app which may be legal or illegal, there's a debate, but they have this. Pakistan is considered one of the country where a lot of investment is in the crypto assets. And why it is so? Because it's easy, you can just download an app and then in 10 minutes you can be an investor. So if we make it easier using the technology, make it smarter, make it cost effective, make it in the reach of a common man,
and in Gen Z's terms,
make it fast, quick, then you have that, you can change the game.
Exactly. So let's move a little bit farther forward, but not too forward, as we are still talking about the infrastructures here. So Karachi's revenue generating infrastructure, such as the rapid transit system, the bus system, if these are to be converted or supported by sukuk securities, what sort of technical structure would these be like?
You see, I think it could be different structures. I would say there are two common structures for sukuk. One is rental based sukuk. So let's say we want to make a light rail. Then there are two possible things, that this light rail network from let's say Sadr to Tower cost 20 billion rupees. You can say okay, the sukuk holder can own this infrastructure, and they are giving it on rent to the government, to the local government. So they pay a fixed rent to them. That is also Sharia-compliant, that is Ijara based structure. The other option is that the investor are saying, okay, become our partner. It's a company and you own it. And if this monorail will make profit, we will share profit, half of it to you. So profit sharing partnership sukuk can be done, and Ijara based sukuk can be done. Rental income, which is generating rental income for the people of Karachi or for the investors.
I've been hearing something about Istisna, a term that is being used
to construct and to.
Yes. What is that?
Istisna is also Islamic contract, which simply means to order manufacturing something. So like to order for manufacturing a bridge, a road, a hospital. So when you are involved in a manufacturing transaction, that is istisna. So this is also possible that if the infrastructure is not there, the sukuk holder money is used to build that infrastructure. This is istisna part. When the building is ready, the rail is ready, the bridge is ready, then you can rent it or you can run it as a company.
Right.
So construction part is istisna and then running part is either Musharaka or Ijara.
That's great. Thanks for that clarification. I think we needed that. So next point is that what are the primary Sharia related and operational risks for investors in investing in the municipality?
You see, first we need to look at the profile of the like local government. Do they have the enough cash flows? Will they able to pay the money back or pay the rent on time, or they have transparent accountability structures? So people are very comfortable that if we are investing in a company, let's say again the monorail company, so the financials are very managed in a professional manner, proper auditing is done, so the profit and loss sharing is done very fairly. This is one thing. Or if it's a rental sukuk, the government or the project is generating enough money to pay it, which is like a standard project evaluation technique that is used, or credit evaluation technique. So I think if we take care of the credit piece or the revenue piece, or if there are structures where, let's say, we want to make a playground and that is not generating any revenue, but the Sindh government or the local government, the pool that they are getting from the federal or their local revenue sources, they are attached to the payment of the rental. That is also can be done. And I was actually discussing one of the head of a local service provider, which is government entity. So they discussed with me that they have they have lot of income from the billings, monthly billings that they send for, let's say, water and sewerage or whatever. So they have very strong cash flow, and that can be used to further enhance the water and sewerage system, for example, for Karachi. So there is an option available. There are options available actually.
Yeah, basically I think this perfectly aligns and provides us a transition into a next section where we would like to talk about social projects as well as these infrastructure related projects via sukuk. And I think your parks example fits perfectly there, as it's not generating any revenue on its own, but the government is getting something on its behalf, whether from the citizens or from the federal government, and that can be
used to parent
to the investors, definitely. And I would like to throw in a couple of more examples here, like public schools and public hospitals. I am also going to say one more thing, public housing.
This is all possible. If there is a strong committed will to do this, public hospitals, public schools, playgrounds, community centers, local training for youth, this is all possible, and some of them will make money even. I mean, I was discussing with one of my colleague, one of my friend probably. He said that because the Sindh government has a public-private partnership mechanism for adoption of parks, so they have adopted one park and they have renovated it, and they are establishing let's say a paddle court and a cricket court or whatever, the different sections, and they will make money by giving it to the public, and that from that revenue you can even service a sukuk, or you can even you may put that use that some of the portion of that money to pay the government charges. So these models are quite doable.
I agree. I mean, the way you put it, it seems very sound, very attractive. But here's the thing: you have been saying, mentioning the will of the government, the political both insight and the will to take this on, and I think it does not come alone. It comes with the civic buy-in, the trust that people have in the government, and it is unfortunate that there is a lack of trust, and
Yes.
by having that being offered, even with the profits being promised, even being halal, what sort of oversight or some structure that you think would have people trust in it more?
Probably, you see, I think we need to have more public-private partnership type initiative where good, corporate sector coming in, the local community leaders coming in, those who have good reputation in the market, people like trust those individuals, they can be placed. And we have there are I can say islands of hopes even in Karachi. You can see many good like some government hospitals run through a public-private partnership in an excellent manner. Some schools being run in an excellent manner. Some hospitals are being now run in an excellent manner. So we have these experiments, I can say. Even if you look at the Green Line, the metro bus network, in the morning and in the evening, you don't find a space in the bus. It's too much packed, which means the people are coming, they're benefiting, and they're paying the price for it. So this is small. There are proofs. If you do it transparently, you have a good governance structure, and competent management or oversight bodies with some public-private partnership, then it can be done. If you just leave it to the government, then people have a difficulty, in Pakistan, in Karachi.
Yeah, and I think we've seen it in the matter of green sukuk that were released earlier, issued earlier this year, I think, and had great success in the market, at least initially. We'll see when it's maturing and how it treats its investors, obviously. While talking about the green sukuk, it comes to my mind that a lot of green ethical investments or climate related sukuk are being issued worldwide.
Yes.
And it is one of the attractive sukuks for not just for Muslims but also for non-Muslims who want to invest in climate improvement, combat it, and we've seen it in many countries. So what is your opinion that initiatives like the Green Sukuk, do they have actual impact on the climate change?
You see, it depends if it is done properly and the money is utilized for the underlying project, it is monitored, and the project is a very good selection of among the projects. It's not just for the purpose of newspaper clipping, but it is actually impacting the community. Yes, it will impact. And even when like in Islamic banks, when we don't say it green, we are already doing it ethically. So sometimes we probably don't use that terminology, but in Islamic finance the core principle is to see what are you doing from the investment, where the investment is going, what is the purpose of the investment. If the investment purpose is unethical, it is illegal or impermissible, then Islamic banks, based on their own original or ethical protocols, they don't do that. And green is a very perfect alignment to Islamic finance, an ethical investment movement that is going around the world. And when one commonality is this, that this interest prohibition is not just to Islam, it's to all Abrahamic religions. So we can have a faith-based sukuk which is combining all the Abrahamic faith ethical principles of investing. So, and that probably has a lot of attraction worldwide, inshallah.
Inshallah. And again, this has a lot to do with the will of the government and the political diasporas investing into it. So we discussed tokenization, we discussed smart sukuk, making sukuks more smart, more accessible. What do you see in the market right now in Pakistan? Where are we at that point? The fintech, the other tag that is attached to it or making it?
I think in terms of the conceptual work, we know about what the sukuk are. We have done it successfully for the last 10 years probably, and we are doing it every month. The government is issuing billions of rupees of sukuk from the federal side, and local corporates are now inclined towards sukuk than bonds. So bond is something which is an outdated thing in the Pakistani market, which is very good news. No one want to invest, no ethical investor want to invest in bond, and no ethical company want to issue a bond, because they say if we do Islamic, the Islamic investor will come and the other investor will also come. But if we do a interest base, all the Islamic investors will go out. So this has positively shaped the market. Now the technology piece is also being developed. We see these fintechs, these digital platforms are coming up. We have this virtual asset authority now that is in place. Now I think probably all the ingredients are not taking their own place. Now it's probably in very few months or years we will see this thing happening in our market.
Exactly.
So like tokenization is, we have seen pilot projects for real estate tokens. We are now discussing some different type of sukuk tokens and other tokens. So smart contracts are being discussed. Digitization of financial services is being discussed. So I think that the natural, the outcome of these interactions will be that we will see very soon these innovative approach of issuing sukuk in a smarter way, in more cost effective and wider appeal for the retail market sukuk.
Yes, exactly. And just by the way, got pop-up here of my own. It says UAE just waived their in between terms and conditions and the whole process for investing in sukuks and other contracts, obviously all Sharia-compliant. What's your take on that?
I think obviously if we make the regulation easy, yesterday I was discussing in a meeting that the regulator has allowed digital takaful license, and I was actually very happy to see that they have reduced lot of requirement which a paperwork takaful company has to do. And I was told that probably 100 papers are generated to sign one policy, close to 100. And with this digital takaful license, they are saying that no paper will be required, and probably it's a 10-minute, 20-minute process to become as takaful saver or takaful cover. So this transformation is happening everywhere, and Pakistan should get benefit of this, and we can save lot of years of the progress. We can advance ourselves if we use the technology smartly and be more proactive for the benefit of the people of Pakistan.
Siddiqui sir, taking this your input, what would your advice be to the policymakers and the decision makers, both at the federal and provincial level, and let's say at mayoral level here in Karachi, municipal level, about this exactly, about making sukuk more of a popular,
I think
it's already popular, but more of a practice.
I think we need to
and it to be more smart technologies to be integrated into it.
I think 2-3 things we need to do. First, we need to accept that sukuk is a better alternative to the bonds and conventional instrument that is available in the market, and not only better instrument, it is our constitutional mandate as well to eliminate interest from Pakistan, because anything which is done in an interest based manner is illegal after 2027. So we need to understand the whole shift that is happening. Then, being a majority Islamic country, the investors' appetite is very skewed toward Islamic and Sharia compliant investments. Now, thirdly, with a very strong youth population of this country, which is more than 60% under 30 age, you call it Gen Z and then others. So they want smarter solutions, and they just don't want smarter solutions. They're now more intelligent. They want to see where our money is being invested, what is the benefit we are getting, other than the money. So they are more, which is a good sign. Lot of them questions the ethical aspect, the green aspect, the environmental aspect of the offerings. So I think if we take care of all these, we decide that we will follow the constitution, and we will respect the religious belief system of the people of Pakistan, and we will adapt ourselves to the modern technology and the youth focus. I think then probably that decision will be very easy and natural, that you need to use sukuk smarter, ethical, for sustainable project.
Yes, exactly my thoughts. So I'm going to take a little shift and talk about a to-be sister city of Karachi. It's New York City. How things are going there. Recently, Mr. Zoran Mamdani getting elected against all odds, setting up his agenda, mainly democratically socialist, and taking bird's eye look at it. It's mainly depending upon heavily taxing the citizens there, or issuing municipal bonds. So if you were to compare that strategy with asset-backed, Sharia-compliant, ethical finance, what conclusion would you draw?
I think what I'll say, I will not say that we should heavily tax. The tax are already at a very high level in Karachi, even in probably New York. It's more of effectively using the tax money instead of wasting it or slipping the money out from the leakage system. It should be focused towards development of the city, and wherever you have a shortfall, issue a sukuk, issue a municipal instrument which is Sharia compliant, that is beneficial for the people, and then pay the sukuk price or the rent or the profit either from the project itself or from the vast pool of revenue that you have. And we need to obviously think smarter. that how we can do this effectively with a very transparent monitoring system, effective system. So it's probably it's not the lack of resources, it's the right use of resources that's the challenge. Karachi in terms of is probably the most profitable tax hub for Pakistan. All types of tax are collected, and probably some of the markets of Karachi are generating more tax revenue than some of the cities of Pakistan, or many of the cities of Pakistan actually. So it's not the amount, it's already the right utilization is something we need to focus and try to do that.
Exactly. This part I want to plug from our previous discussion points that you mentioned about private sector participating in contributing to. So to what extent do you think in a municipality sukuk the participation of private sector would, and not just investment wise, I mean expertise wise as well, would do better?
See, I think three things. One is whichever entity is issuing the sukuk, the governance level participation of private sector is important. Then induction of professional management in that entity is important, and then disclosure, transparency of that entity is important. So, and in all of these three things, private sector can contribute. They have contributed. They have the expertise, because running something on a commercial basis that is generating revenues, that is creating value, and that is providing service to the customers, which is the common people of Pakistan or Karachi. This mindset, this probably a private sector is more trained to deliver that. So the government should take help from them.
Why I ask? Because there are already public-private partnership models that exist, and then there is sukuk. So, do you see that the organizations, the institutions already well trained, well acquainted with the public-private partnership models would be as effective in the sukuk?
I think yes, the experience of private-public partnership will help, because if we have these success stories, that's easier to replicate. And again, some of the people and some of the experts now said it's not government job to do business. So let it be done by those who know how to do it. Yes, your agenda is public service, facilities to the common man. So let's have a partnership where your agenda, the actual agenda of giving service to the common man, and simultaneously making it sustainable, so it will survive, and those equipment and the buses don't deteriorate and go to a junkyard, has to be balanced. And I think there's where you need to focus the expertise of private sector to guide or to work along with the government sector to deliver those results.
Yeah, I think, and within the sukuk framework, I think that ensuring the ethics are across the board implemented just brings an extra sense of security.
Yes,
not just for all parties.
We can have like when we issued the first green sukuk, we developed a green sukuk framework.
Yeah.
So let's say if we issue a first municipal sukuk, we can have a municipal sukuk framework which has monitoring, transparency, accountability, access of data to the public to some extent. So that will give the confidence to the people. Yes, now they are done in a professional manner, and that will, inshallah, I think will be fruitful for Karachi and for Pakistan.
Inshallah. So we've talked about what sukuks are, what municipality sukuks are, what are the players, who are the players, and what they need to do, what are the opportunities. Let's talk about what, coming from your last point, what framework, the legislative framework is required at federal, provincial and municipal level. Is there any law that is needed?
I think probably not much is needed, except maybe at the cabinet level we need a sukuk framework, or maybe at the city council level we need a framework to be passed like a resolution or by the competent authority. And then yes, we need some tweaking in the taxations. For example, if we want to issue a sukuk on a local sukuk on a road, and that road ownership has to be transferred to an SPV, because this is for the benefit of the city, for the benefit of the province, then provincial tax should not be implied, because that will make the transaction too costly to do. And obviously there is no sense to apply a provincial tax on a transaction which is done by the province itself for the people of the province.
Yeah, obviously probably the government may be ending up paying that tax to the sukuk investors anyway.
So those tweakings are required, but I don't see a showstopper here.
Oh.
If the will is there, it's a matter of few months you can have first sukuk.
Great, that's great insight. And when we talk about trust, it's again coming down to trust. One part is the existing, I don't want to call it image, let's call it an understanding of the majority of people here, let's say investors. What would you like institutions like yourself, Meezan Bank, and others do for investor education to enhance that trust level?
You see, from the bank side, the bank can, when bank is playing a role, we are working with academia and with different business schools to raise the awareness of Islamic capital market, sukuk principles, and I think we should continue that work and probably do it more often through social media. So people ask these questions that is the investment option Sharia compliant? Is it halal? Is it beneficial for the society? Is it sustainable? Is it aligned with the green principles? Is it aligned with the sustainability principles? So I think we are doing it, and we should continue to do this with youth, with more professionals, with maybe different segment of the society, using the social media, using probably the influencers, and that's how this market will grow. Similarly, Islamic banks and other maybe central banks should take the lead to work closely with the academic institution, with the media houses, because we are discussing this topic, but I don't remember any talk show on the mainstream media about this.
That's why we are here, sir.
So we want that this topic should be discussed at the prime time, 8 to 9, and people discuss and debate for the betterment of the society, and just not politics for the sake of politics.
Yeah, I understand. Talking politics, let's talk governments, and let's draw a comparison. We spoke of New York, we spoke of our own city. How do you see global sukuk acceptance as it is by the non-Muslim, non-traditional sector? Can it be replicated in non-traditional, non-Muslim cities such as New York or London? London, I think, is very much accepting right now. There's a lot going on. But let's call it in even that, or maybe some other country like Ghana or whatever.
I think Sukuk is now accepted broadly in most of the jurisdiction. Around probably 40 countries have or more have issued Sukuk so far, and probably around 20 or more non-Muslim countries have also issued Sukuk, including UK, Germany, Luxembourg, Hong Kong, Singapore, and so on. So this is nothing. This is a product which is Sharia compliant. It is less risky, less speculative, close to real economy, asset based, having a purpose. Sometimes it is more aligned to green, ethical and sustainable investment goals. So what else you want? If you are, it's practical. It's a probably, I will just give you an example. It's a food which tastes better, have more calories, profile. It's more healthier, and it's good for your health, your stomach, your brain, and it's probably good for the environment as well. So why you eat something which is less healthy and maybe not useful for your body? Then so this is, I think that could be a comparison.
Yeah, another comparison is, you just mentioned food. I think Mayor Mamdani has really well mapped out the halal outlets in New York City. I mean, his suggestions are to the point. Anyway, so let's come to the conclusion.
Yes.
So, final thought now. Looking ahead 5 years, what single measurable infrastructure improvement in Karachi would you be most proud to see financially financed primarily through a successful municipality Sukuk program?
I think Karachi, one of the main thing for Karachi is the infrastructure. The road network, the traffic network, the public transport network, which is all part of the road infrastructure or transport infrastructure. I think this something can be done through Sukuk, and that is probably one of the most singly most important thing, because if this infrastructure improves, you will see many things coming along automatically.
Great. Thank you, Siddiqui Sahab. If you could, just one last thing. What would be your core message regarding the potential of ethical Islamic Sukuk for everyone out there?
I think again the message is simple. It's a better alternative product. Beneficial for the investors, beneficial for the society, beneficial for the country. It has more positive economic impact. It is more ethically aligned to our belief system. It is more socially environmentally beneficial. So I think we should give it a serious thought, and probably try to do it in a manner which is Sharia compliant, investor friendly, technology oriented, for the benefit of everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, viewers, join us next time in this series of municipality Sukuk programs that we are following now, and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.